Hi everyone, welcome back to The Mystic in the Woods. I'm Kate, and today we are going to be doing an unboxing of the Anatomy of Healing Oracle, if I have that name correct. So it is like a rainy fall day here in northern Wisconsin. I had a very traumatic family emergency less than a week ago that we are all still recovering from here. And so it seemed like a good day when I got this picked it up from the post office finally. It seemed like a good day to sit down with you guys and just do a little unboxing. So it came really well wrapped. I've already taken it out of like mailing package, couple of postcards and stickers. This was a Kickstarter. So I believe that this is the second printing of this that she's run, but it was a Kickstarter. So, all right, yes, the Anatomy of Healing. And I'm actually really excited about this deck. So let's see. Okay, so we've got a nice sturdy tuck box. Let's just see what the back says. The Anatomy of Healing is like an emotional treasure map. It can help you find and heal hidden feelings that might be stored in your body and mess with your health. Think of it as one more tool in your toolbox, which invites you to explore, discover, and nurture the world within you. Just as we water our plants, we also have to water ourselves. A unique deck that connects the body and the soul. So it's a really great, sturdy box. Sturdy box, that's the word I'm looking for there. Let's check out the guidebook for a second. So it looks like we have it divided by sort of organ systems, which will make sense when I start to show you the cards. And we have a page as well as a card reproduction for each card. Couple pages of intro, how to use, and a couple of spreads. So I am hoping to use this deck inside of shadow work readings, or shadow work sessions, I should say. I think that it's gonna hopefully offer a unique perspective into what it is that we're working through. So it just had the one plastic. I love when our decks don't come just wrapped in plastic. So the box did not have plastic around it, and it just had the little little plastic, not the, you know what I mean, like the heat wrapped plastic. Okay, so here's the backing, which is really pretty, and we did get to vote on those as backers on Kickstarter. The cardstock is fairly standard. It's thick, it's a little glossy, but it feels like decent cardstock. So here we go. Okay, so let's see. Heart, the core of my being. Throat, lump in my throat. So it looks like for each card, we have the organ or the body part. Then we have the depiction of that with something, botanical, and then also a little bit of a key phrase. So this is lungs, between the lungs, between two lungs. Thyroid, shine bright. We will pull a card from this together so we can see kind of how the guidebook reads. Brain, change my mind. Lymph nodes, inner difference. So we're just going through, so this says thymus gland, seat of the soul. So we're just going through different organs, different body parts, and kind of what I believe, we will find out in the guidebook, is sort of their emotional correspondence. Here's spleen, inner warrior. I really love how the cards are very simple and yet very detailed at the same time. Like the drawings are very detailed, but the card itself feels simple. So that's kidney, facing my fears. I am really also hoping to use this deck to connect with Morgan Le Fay specifically. Within her mythology, of course, she is a healer and an herbalist, and she's known to be able to heal kind of in all the various ways. Bladder, don't hold back. And so what I really love about the artwork in this deck and sort of the concept of this deck is that we see the human body and the natural world as coexisting, as together, as entwined, right? Because we're not actually separate from the natural world. This is something that I teach about a lot in my programs, is that, you know, one of the religious conditioning a lot of us face is this idea that the body, the earth, the things that we want, these are not to be trusted. We need to trust God, right? Like this sort of religious conditioning that a lot of people face. And of course, when we break through that, or even look at scriptures, for example, more in depth, we actually really see that that's not the case, right? That the human body, the natural world, it's all sacred, it's all connected. And so I just love that in this imagery, we are seeing the human body and the natural world not as separate things. There's a fly in here. I hope you guys can't hear it. So here's hand, reach out. So we're into like body parts now. Leg, going strong. Knee, surrender. Spine, when heavy gets light. Hip, rebalance myself. Feet, ground myself. Some of these keywords are a little bit harder for me to get a grasp on than others. Some of them, like for example, ground myself, like that's a really tangible keyword. I'm really excited to get to know this deck. Tailbone, out of tune. Jaw, under pressure. Arteries, carry the joy. Veins, the river within me. And aorta, blood flow. So it's a 40 card deck. I do like that we have the numbers on each card, so we'll be able to more easily find them in the guidebook. I know that that is something that can annoy us as readers in general. So let's just do a quick shuffle. And let's pull a card so we can kind of get an idea on how this guidebook reads. It shuffles well. It's a good riffle shuffle. All right, so we have tailbone, out of tune. So 36. Okay. So we have a full page reproduction of the artwork. And then we have a message and then to connect and reflect on. So this says the tailbone or coccyx is a triangle-shaped bone that sits at the end of your spine, keeping us steady when we sit down. It is linked to our root chakra, located at the same spot and often associated with our sense of safety and basic needs. Emotionally, the tailbone can symbolize our primal survival instincts. It's where our fight or flight response originates. By working on this area, we can address deep-seated fears, anxieties, and traumas, connect with our ancestral roots. It also embodies a sense of belonging. In essence, our tailbone represents the foundation of past experiences and can be a place to release old wounds, allowing us to move past them. Some even refer to this as a symbolic cocoon, an area of transformation and renewal. Then we have this to connect and reflect on. How do I feel about my sense of safety and basic needs? And how can I create more safety within? What deep-seated fears, anxiety, past injuries, or traumas may be affecting me until today? How can I improve my posture, and what does it reveal about me now? So I think that this deck, so of course, like with this card, we're looking at like, where is it that you feel unsafe? How can you create more internal safety? Because of course, when we're talking about, you know, fight or flight responses in the nervous system, that is about actual threats, and it's also about perceived threats and where our nervous system is being triggered by past experiences or things sitting in the shadow. So I'm really excited to get to know this deck. I don't think it's one that I'm going to be able to just like pull cards from right out of the box and read with it. I think it's going to take some time to get to know. I think that once I do get to know it, this feels like it's going to be a really powerful deck, especially as somebody whose work is about healing within the shadow, but then also bringing that into our body and out into our daily life, right? So this actually corresponds beautifully with the program I've got coming out, where I'm working with a dear friend of mine, and she'll be doing a lot of somatic work within it. So this will be a really fun deck as we're putting the final touches on that. I'll be announcing that here in the next couple of days. So I'm really excited about the deck. There's that backing again. You can see just the really simple yet detailed artwork. I'm really excited to get to know this. I think that it's going to be, like I said, a really powerful deck for client work. I think that it's going to be a really powerful deck for personal work. I think it's going to be a really good deck for connecting with Morgan Le Fay. So I'm really excited about this. I will, of course, let you guys know over the next period of time how I come to feel about this deck, because I know I don't do a lot of unboxings. But like I said, it's just been kind of a rough week here at my house, and it just felt like a good day to sit down and look at a pretty new deck together, especially since my sister just picked it up from the P.O. box for me yesterday. So I will keep you guys posted on that. I have a lot of new content coming out for the channel here planned, and I'm excited to kind of get back into the swing of things. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.